friends, and welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be my 2018 video about why I am First Phorm, why I identify with the brand, why I should be chosen as a Legionnaire if not a sponsored athlete. This is the third year that I've entered the Athlete Search. I will continue to enter it until I win or until I can become affiliated with the company because, well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So let me just start off by saying I have tried to become a First Phorm affiliate or a Legionnaire so many times, and it just hasn't happened because of where I live. Because I live in Kansas City, and there are now 4 supplement superstores here, and supplement superstores and First Phorm are both owned by Andy Frisella. If you are familiar with him, then you know that. So basically, because I live so close to the supplement superstores, it's not really fair to the company to have somebody be a Legionnaire in the same city as the supplement superstores. So here we go, third attempt at the Athlete Search. Let's get rolling. So the first thing that I want to say about myself in terms of relating to First Phorm is that I do not expect perfection. The only thing that I expect out of myself is to be better than I was yesterday. Like, I'm always, if you are familiar with me and you watch my videos and my content, then you know that my mantra 100% has always been strive for progress, not perfection. Right there. And that is because I think if we expect perfection from ourselves, we're never going to get there, right? Like, nobody's perfect. Perfection is essentially unattainable, and sometimes we can be kind of paralyzed by that thought and just stay where we are and stay stagnant. And that's the polar opposite of what I focus on and what I've done in my life. I mean, honestly, if you followed along with my journey, you know I'm in law school now. That's because when I was in undergrad, I was like, okay, like, what's next? What's next? Everything to me is always what's next. So, like I said, I'm constantly striving for progress. I'm always thinking about what's next. Right now, I'm graduating law school in 4 weeks. You better believe I'm already thinking what's next for me. So I got my personal trainer certification. Now I have my own clients and I'm working on my own business, but still it's always, what's next. And I think First Phorm really focuses on that and spreads that message to people, because even like the weekly emails that we get, just if you're subscribed to First Phorm's emails, are, tips and tricks here and there to just remind us, like, hey, these small victories add up. You can always be better than you were yesterday, and nowhere does it ever say, like, hey, we're really trying to be perfect here. And I think that's just so important, especially for anybody starting out in the fitness industry. You have to realize that consistency is key. Showing up every day is key, not only for those around you, but for yourself. And I think that all kind of goes hand in hand with the whole progress, not perfection idea. Okay, next thing kind of goes with their slogans, by which I mean dues paid and never settle. So the thing is, it's so easy to make excuses, right? And even though I am a fitness coach and I have competed in a bikini competition and I have gone to extremes with my fitness, there are still days where I am like, yo, no way am I making it to the gym today. I don't want to do this. I can't do it. I won't do it. But I always do. Even if it means stepping outside of my body and making sure I am getting myself in my car going to the gym, because once you sit in the parking lot, you're gonna go in. So I've just trained myself to pay my dues, obviously, and then honestly, the whole never settle thing is kind of, I just take it as a reflection, back to myself. I'm not gonna let myself settle for those excuses and for making up reasons as to why I can't do something. I've tried to remove the word can't from my vocabulary, because that's just going to keep me, stuck where I am. And if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. I'm sorry. Staying stuck is not something that I ever plan on doing. So that's kind of how those ideas wrap up together in my mind, at least. Next thing is probably my favorite part of First Phorm, and that is that they have created such a welcoming environment for everyone in the fitness industry. I don't know if everybody feels this way, but I know especially people who are new to it, it kind of feels like there's not room for everybody, and there's not room for everybody to be successful, in that you don't really belong unless you compete or you are super shredded or you look like you belong, like you look like an athlete. And that's just not true. Okay, a lot of people are super strong and like super dedicated and like really good at what they do in terms of like fitness and working out, and they might not look the part. They might not look super shredded. Powerlifters are so strong, but they're not the most shredded people, you know what I mean? So I really love the culture that First Form has created, and I really got to experience that firsthand last summer when I went to Summer Smash. Everybody was so nice and so welcoming and so diverse. Like, it wasn't like when you go to a bodybuilding show, there's like only a certain kind of person, or you go to like a fit expo and there's only like, you know, like Insta famous people or whatever. Everybody at First Form or at Summer Smash was chill. They were just down to hang out, down to have a good time. We all vibed so hard, and like, that's all we ever want, right? We just want to be heard. We want to feel connected to people. And I don't know how the heck they did it, but First Form has it figured out, okay? The Legion of Boom, the family, is a safe place where everybody feels welcome, and that definitely aligns with my brand, my personal brand. Like, I want everybody to feel like they have a spot and they're welcome and they're not going to be judged, and no matter what they say, think, or do, they're not going to be like shit on for it, you know what I mean? So that's probably the biggest part of First Form that really, really resonates with me. And kind of the last point to piggyback on that is, obviously, like, I want to help people, you know, I'm a fitness coach, and I don't believe that like everybody has to compete to be like good at fitness or whatever. I just want to show people like how the smallest victories can add up, and just small decisions and tweaks here and there can seriously improve your life, not only because of like physical changes, but also mental changes, just the way that you view, you know, food and the gym, and balancing all of this with like having fun in life, you know what I mean? That is something that I think is super important. And honestly, like, there's an obesity epidemic in America, and until that doesn't exist anymore, we all have work to do, okay? So that's what I mean when I say there's room for everybody to be successful. If you want to be a part of the fitness industry, you are more than welcome, and your voice deserves to be heard. And even if you don't want to be a coach, even if you're just a regular person who wants to like get in shape, that is totally welcome here, you know what I mean? And I think another thing is, the numbers don't matter. Like, your number of followers, likes, comments, clients, programs, ebooks, courses, Instagram posts, like anything, like none of that should matter. What matters is the impact that you are making. Because if I can change just one person's life in terms of how they feel about themselves. Like, sure, you know, anybody can throw a plan at a client and change their physique, okay? But first of all, what is most important is the way that the person feels on the inside. Because let me tell you something, I've been shredded, I've been stage ready, and you might think that like, oh, if you have abs, you're gonna feel like you're gonna be happy. And like, don't get me wrong, it was really cool to be like lean, but there's also the downsides, and you still have emotions when you are like lean, you know what I mean? So first and foremost, top priority should always be, you know, how the person feels from the inside out. And I think if I can just change one person's self-confidence and the way that they feel about themselves and feeling good, and wearing whatever they want in terms of physical feelings, that just goes hand in hand with the mental side of things. And I think that is what should be most important. And I know that First Form agrees with me, that we are in alignment, because like I mentioned earlier, First Form provides so many helpful tips, free advice. They have the free transformation challenges with access to coaches, trainers, customized nutrition plans. Like, that's making a difference in the fitness industry, okay? First Form could charge so much money for those services, and they don't. And like, that speaks volumes about the heart and the culture behind First Form. And I just truly identify with that. I love, you know, the belief and the culture behind the brand. So I think that's pretty much everything that I have to say. Here we go. Third year, third time's charm. We'll see. But as always, if you watched until now, I am taking all my good vibes. I'm sending them your way. And if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave, that would be dope. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.